from Group 3. We are going to present a topic of COVID-19 inside of Malaysian tax impacts in this video today. We are going to identify and evaluate tax incentive and other related stimulus packages given by Malaysian government from 5 areas, which included employees' way of working, corporate income tax, indirect tax, cash flows, and other related incentives. First of all, I would like to focus on tax incentive package that related to employees' way of working, which is Flexible Work Arrangement FWA incentive effective from 1st July 2020 to 31st December 2022 under Penjana Stimulus Package. The purpose of this incentive is to encourage and sustain the new normal of work from home by providing support to both employers and employees. There are 2 measures to support the employers. The first measure is companies can claim double tax deduction incentive for both consultancy and training costs incurred to implement FWA, and it shall be for a period of 3 consecutive years of assessment, commencing from the year of assessment in the basis period in which the certification is given by Talent Corporation Malaysia Berhad. Another measure is employers are allowed to claim a tax deduction on the value of the benefit given to his employee for the purpose of purchasing a smartphone, tablet, or personal computer according to income tax deduction for value of benefit given to employees Rules 2021, which have been issued to legislate this proposal. Furthermore, there are also 2 measures to support the employees. First measure is employees who receive a smartphone, tablet, or personal computer from their employers have an individual income tax exemption of up to 5,000 ringgit according to Income Tax Exemption Order 2021, which have been issued to legislate this proposal. Another measure is employees who purchase a smartphone, tablet, or personal computer can receive a special individual income tax relief of up to 2,500 ringgit. In addition, this incentive is helpful in terms of short-term and long-term survival of the industry. In terms of short-term survival, this incentive motivated employers to implement and sustain FWA in their organization, which allowed them to continue business operation during this pandemic. Also, this incentive helped employers to defray the expensive costs to implement FWA, which the employers might hard to take this cost. In terms of long-term survival, this incentive helps employers to adapt flexible work that keeps their company going in the face of an ongoing emergency, since pandemic is not the only situation that can cause the employees unable to work at office. Also, companies will attract talents and improve retention of employees, thus increase long-term stability of companies because employees are important resources of companies. Based on the discussion previously, I recommend that companies should not implement the FWA by only utilizing the tax incentive given by the government, but should provide allowance for their employees to encourage them purchase any necessary item for flexible work. In addition, companies should also adopt computer software which are also necessary for flexible work, such as Microsoft Teams and cloud storage. Moreover, I recommend that government should continue to provide this tax incentive to encourage companies to adapt flexible work, since this is a future trend. However, besides this incentive, government should also provide employers another incentive of tax deduction on computer software, which is necessary for remote work.
Hi, my name is Liew. In this presentation, I would like to talk about the corporate tax that during the pandemic. There are 2 points that I would like to talk about are deferment of tax installment for the companies in the tourism industry and also the tax incentive for tour operators. First is deferment of tax installment for the companies in the tourism. In the early economic stimulus package and the short-term economy recovery plans, Penjana, companies in the tourism industry are allowed to defer their monthly income tax installment payment for 6 months from 1st April 2020 to 30 September 2020, then only extend for another 3 months, which are from 1st October 2020 to 31 December 2020. To further assist businesses in the tourism industry, it is proposed that the deferment of monthly income tax installment payment to be given for another 9 months from 1st April 2021 to 31 December 2021. The qualifying taxpayer is resident companies including SMEs, property trusts, business trusts which are in the tourism industry. So because of this, it is held to reduce the financial pursuit and some financial situation of the company. It also helps steering economic recovery, strengthening the country's competitiveness, and ensuring inclusivity so it can control the tourism industry when under the COVID-19 pandemic. Second is tax incentive for tour operators. Previously, tour operators will be eligible for income tax exemption on 100% of statutory income derived from organizing the following tour package. First, tour package to Malaysia which are participated by not less than 750 inbound tourists per year. Second, domestic tour package within Malaysia which are participated by not less than 1,500 local tourists per year. The incentive has expired in year of assessment 2020. To further assist the tourism sector, it is proposed that the income tax exemption be accepted to year of assessment 2022. So because of this, it can help that tourism companies that reach the above condition don't need to pay tax on income derived from above package until the year of assessment 2022. So from my point of view, these incentives are the short-term benefit for tourism industry. Although it's a short-term benefit, it's helped a lot as we know tourism industry are the most affected industry during the COVID-19 pandemic. After all, during this period of COVID-19, people were unable to travel to our country due to the sudden outbreak of COVID-19, which greatly reduced the income of travel companies. In my suggestion, the government can do such as discounts for electricity bills, special loan for small and medium enterprise for working capital, property owner to lower rental rates, matching grant for tourism personnel training, and so on to help tourism industry to reduce economic pursuit that is many aspects. Next, we'll pass to my group member Yong Ching. Thank you.
In the area of indirect tax, the tax incentive that government provided first is assigned duty exemption. The Tegur Mobile Premium Program will be expanded to include the financing of repair or purchase of new motorcycle with a limit up to 10,000 ringgit. To further support the program, 100% assigned duty exemption will be given for the purchase of locally assembled motorcycles with engine capacity of 150cc and below. The effective date for this exemption is on 1st April 2021 to 31st December 2021. By expanding the assigned duty exemption on locally assembled motorcycles, tourism industry can use this time to repair or purchase a new motorcycle for industrial use. The second is service tax and tourism tax exemption. Under Berjana, to reduce the burden and support the recovery of the tourism sector which was severely affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, the government will be extending the current service tax and tourism tax exemption. The effective date is on 30th June 2021 to 31st December 2021. The third is entertainment duty exemption. The COVID-19 pandemic and implementation of the MCO had badly affected the tourism industry, especially the entertainment sector. The entertainment sector requires higher reinvestment costs to improve its facility. In addition, the entertainment premise operators such as theme park operators and so on are the key players that boost the tourism industry. The development of the tourism industry can improve living standards through the creation of employment opportunity. To support the entertainment industry, which is hit by the COVID-19 pandemic, entertainment duty exemption will be given on admission tickets to entertainment centers such as theme park, stage performance, sport events and competition, as well as cinema in the federal territories such as Kuala Lumpur, Putrajaya and Labuan. The effective date is not specified. The Selangor government also decided to reduce the entertainment duty rate from 25% to 5% on all entrance fees to theme parks in Selangor for 5 years, which is 1st January 2022 to 31st December 2026. Under all these tax relief given by government, it is believed that it can help all the entertainment premise operators to improve the productivity, quality, and competitiveness of the tourism industry. It can help for passing this difficult period to maintain short-term stability during this crisis and to prepare for future recovery. In my opinion, my suggestion for betterment in future are: first is extend the period of indirect tax exemption to help tourism industry recover during or after this crisis. Second is provide more tax incentive, tax relief, or tax adjustment to tourism industry, such as the entertainment duty exemptions is not only available to federal territories, it also can provide to other states or the whole tourism industry. And the excise duty exemption also can be other products, not only available to motorcycles, because tourism is one of the most affected industry during this crisis. If don't have the support from government, it is difficult to maintain our business.
Hi, I'm Sivasangari. In this presentation, I would like to narrow down my focus on the cash flow of tourism industry, especially on SME businesses during the pandemic. First of all, the tourism industry is an important sector in the Malaysian economy, with tourism-related activity contributing 15% to Malaysia's GDP, employing more than 20% of the workforce, providing a source of external income to the economy. To aid the tourism sector, a RM1 billion Penjana Tourism Financing Facility, also known as PTF, is made available to finance the transformation initiatives by SMEs in the tourism sector. The government announced the details of the fund in July 2020. Following the PTF, the exemption orders were gazetted on 4th August 2021 to provide stamp duty exemption on the instruments of loans or financing agreements for the PTF facility approved under the Bank Negara Malaysia Fund. First stamp duty have came into operation on 30th July 2020. Second stamp duty have came into operation on 1st September 2020 until 31st December 2021. The exemption is subject to the condition, which is the instrument of loan and financing agreements is accompanied by the letter of offer from the participating financial institution to the SME, which states the approval of the loan or financing facility. Secondly, to assist SMEs in sustaining business operations, the banking sector offered an additional RM2 billion of funding to SMEs impacted by COVID-19 at a concessionary interest rate of 3.5%. This financing facility is made available to SMEs in mid-June 2020 with a maximum loan size of 500,000 per SME. Thirdly, Penjana aimed to relieve the cash flow of businesses by offering remissions of penalties for late tax payments. Eligible businesses such as in tourism sectors can receive up to 15% remission of penalties for the late sales and service tax payments due and payable from 1st July 2020 to 30th September 2020. Fourthly, the government has extended the tax incentives for businesses located in several of the country's investment corridors. The tax incentive period for the East Economic Region, also known as ECER, investment corridor has been extended until 2022. The core objective of the ECER is to boost development and attract investments in the tourism sectors. To wrap up, tourism industries are the most affected industry during the pandemic. Therefore, from my point of view, these incentives are beneficial for tourism industries only for a short-term period. Thus, PTF is a crucial measure to support Malaysian SMEs in tourism sector by preserving their capacity and assisting them to adjust and remain viable post-COVID-19. As a recommendation, I recommend that government should continue to provide these tax incentives to encourage companies and ease the cash flow issues in tourism sector. As a final word, COVID-19 have the most prolonged impact on the tourism sector. Apart from easing the cash flow issue in the tourism sector, these incentives will encourage the tourism players to reinvent their business model and relook at the trends and style of things they can offer to customers.
Hello everyone, I am Devi Sathiyamoorthy will be presenting on other tax incentives by the Malaysian government under Covid-19 tax measures. Apart from what have been pitched by previous presenters, there are few incentives which generalizes to all sectors that too applicable to the tourism industry. Firstly, double income tax deduction to employer for expenses in relation to the COVID-19 screening and testing carried out on its employees that is effective from 1st of January 2021 till 31st December 2021 as the main purpose is to ascertain to adjust the income of the employer from its business basics period for a year of assessment to support the tourism business continuity. Hence, the employer should claim the deduction with proof of receipt and certification issued by registered medical practitioner within or outside of Malaysia. Secondly, Human Resource Development Fund HDRF levy exemption provided under Pemerkasa short-term recovery plan to all employers up to June 2021 and further 2 months automatic exemption to the companies who are not able to operate under Movement Control Order (MCO), which main purpose is to safeguard the welfare and alleviate the employees' burden. Thirdly, tax deduction for the expenditure incurred in relation to vaccination facilities to accelerate the COVID-19 prevention vaccination to achieve herd immunity and to reduce the clusters within short period. Therefore, the public-private partnership COVID-19 industry immunization program does provide tax deduction for the employees that incur costs on equipment and services for PPV sites, also to companies that contributed to COVID-19 related charitable and community projects. Fourthly, allocation of wage subsidy WPS 4.0 of RM600 for employees under the National Recovery Plan for a period of extra 2 months to all sectors under National Recovery Plan PPN Phase 2 and Phase 3 while removing the previous condition of an earning of not more than RM4,000 per month to support the individual who aren't able to work during the pandemic. Finally, procurement of Penjana Kerjaya 3.0 program under SOCSO, the Social Security Organization, where employees are provided with incentives of RM1,000 for hiring apprenticeship has been extended with certain criteria such as reduction of qualifying monthly salary from 1,500 to RM1,200 as well as relaxation of employment contract period from 12 months to 6 months of disabled ex-convicts and for those aged 50 and above to ensure the local labour market remain resilient and to support more job opportunities. In a nutshell, I would like to recommend the government to continue with the existing tax measures or incentives for a long-term basis because it will consume more time and money for the tourism sector to recover from the pandemic and back to normal operations to strengthen the competitiveness of Malaysian tourism sector in the long run.